first you were having trouble, like things disappeared.
Oh, right, yeah. But what happened was I thought that I had to call and get it set up. I thought I had to do this migraine thing, but then you have to call the service. Anyway, so then I took complications, yeah.
We got the fish. Snapper. 6 ounces of snapper. Grab a picture of the fish. Draw the picture.
Hello there, how are you? I'm not interrupting you.
Remember hiking up the Solace last week? This is called
Enjoy this. It's our first service ever. Yes, you too. Thank you. It'll be fun. Hi, hello. Hello. This is my friend Cindy. I know you because you were on some of the Zoom services, and that's how great. Oh, I'm so happy. You just don't have to hear this.
They're finished or almost done.
It is wonderful to be together. The weather's getting a little warmer, but it's still a beautiful night out. And it's wonderful to be together. Page 10, let us sing about how wonderful it is to be together. Hine ma tov u'manayim שבת אחים גם יחד.
Oh, yes.
On page 12, we have the first psalm of our Kabbalat Shabbat psalm, Psalm 95, L'chu Neranana. I invite you to turn back to page 2, where you'll find the candle blessing.
See
96, Shir Ladonai Shir Chadash. The next of the Kabbalat Shabbat Psalms. Page 20, Lachadodi, verses 1, 2, and 9, rising on the 9th verse, on the last verse, Bo'im Shalom, to greet the Shabbat bride.
Lechadodi,
Vatikash. Amen. Whether you're here at our temple home, whether you are in your own home, wherever you are that you call home, this is home. Leading into the Shema on page 34 and 35.
This is home where I belong. In this breath, in this heart, this is home where I belong. In this voice,
119. 119. And let's read together. Life without integrity is like loosely hanging threads, easily fraying from the main cloth, while in acts of piety we learn to understand that every instant is like a thread, raveling out of eternity to form a delicate tassel. We must not cast off the threads, but weave them into the design of eternal fabric. Each day points to eternity. The fate of all time depends upon a single moment. Let us sing and celebrate one single moment on page 40. Mi Chamocha by Elim Adonai, the Song of the Sea. This week's Torah portion is Bahal Ha'alotcha, which literally means about the mounting of. But in the mounting of the lamps of the menorah, what they're really talking about as it goes on is the kindling of the lamps of the menorah. And the lamps of the menorah that they're talking about are not the Hanukkah menorah, not the Chanukiah, but the lamps of the menorah in the ancient Mishkan in the desert sanctuary. And as it appears in our Torah portion, the lights that are kindled, that light the menorah, and burn continually whenever the Mishkan has been set up and the people are encamped around it, is a necessary precursor for God to dwell therein, for God to dwell in this God's abode, God's house. But there's a problem. And the problem is that we've been told that the people know how to travel through their wilderness wanderings. They know when it's time to pack up the Mishkan and move on, and when it's time to stop and set up the Mishkan again, according to this cloud of God, this cloud of the eternal that rests upon the Mishkan. And when the cloud lifts, it's time to pack up and move on. And the text in the Torah tells us that whenever the cloud stops and settles again, it's time to set up the Mishkan. But of course, where are you setting up the Mishkan if the cloud has already stopped and settled? It's a conundrum. Where are you lighting the menorah if the cloud's already there? how can the cloud descend upon the Mishkan if the Mishkan hasn't yet been built? And if the lighting of this menorah is supposed to symbolize God's presence and enable at some level for God to come and be present, how's it all supposed to work? So I like to think about it in the context of our next prayer, which is the Hashkivenu. And if you look at some of the words of the Hashkivenu, I think you are familiar with some of them. The Hashkivenu talks about a Sukkot Shlomecha, about a shelter of God's peace that we ask for God to spread over us. And then later on it talks about God shielding and sheltering us beneath the shadow of God's wings, of your wings. So I think and I imagine that maybe this is what's going on. That when the cloud lifts, we take down the Mishkan and we journey. And when the cloud stops and it appears to come down to ground level, it doesn't actually. What God does at that point is God spreads out a Sukkot Shlomecha, a shelter of peace. That God extends the shelter of God's wings. And beneath those wings, everyone works that is supposed to work and assembles the Mishkan. And the priests go in and they light the menorah. And when the lights are kindled, then the cloud descends. And then God is present. And when we sing and pray the Hashkivenu, we can imagine that God's wings are protecting us, that the Sukkot Shalom is over us, and with our prayers, we're kindling those lights. And as we finish, God's presence descends upon us. Hashkivenu. Page 42. Page 46, we rise for the tefillah.
La
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Puzzles me sometimes. What does it mean, those who are holy praise you every day? Well, I guess that's us. Because we're the ones who are supposedly praising God every day. But what does it mean to call us holy? I thought God was holy. And I thought we can only be like God. We can't be God. God is holy. How can we be holy? We can only be holy like. So how can this prayer say, you who are holy, praise God every day? We often, and we will tonight, sing Miha'ish as a alternative Kedusha. And people have sometimes asked me, well, what are we doing here? Like, why are you stopping the tefillah short after the Avot and the Imahot and the Geburot, and you're not going on and chanting Atah Kadosh V'Shem Kadosh, and you're going to this other piece, which you're going to find on page 71, by the way. You can turn to it, and we know the words as I talk about them. These words from Psalm 34, Miha'ish Hechafetz Chaim, And it sets out for us in at least one psalmist, one poet's view, I think, what it is about a human being who is, after all, we are all created in the image of God. We are created as a reflection of the divine. And it says, who is one who is eager for life? What is it that makes us that reflection of God? What makes us kadosh? What makes us almost holy-like, if you will? What makes us eager for life? What shows that we really want the good, and that we desire the good, and that we pursue the good in our lives? Well, it seems simple. All we have to do, guard our tongues from evil, keep our lips from deceitful speech, shun evil and do good, seek integrity and pursue it. That's all. Seems like a pretty easy formula, right? Think about what the world would be like if we could all stop speaking evil, if we could stop telling lies and tell only the truth, if everyone in the world could speak truth, if everyone would find a way to do good, even if everyone would just do one good thing every day, if everyone in the world would do one good thing each day, amazing what you could think the world would be like. Integrity. Living with integrity. Wow. What a place that would make our world. But most of all of these things, we may not achieve them all the time. We're not perfect. Maybe God's perfect, but we know we're not. But the real goal of being godlike is that we are road faithful. You're supposed to pursue it. We got to be pursuers. We got to want it. We got to seek it. We got to run after it. We may not always achieve it, but this has got to be our agenda. And if this is our agenda, then we will truly be those who are holy and have the right to praise God each and every day as holy beings. Let's sing Mihaish, page 71.
Oh,
page 5-9. Let us read together on the top of the page. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us, so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Imanu, atov shita, l'cha na'eh lehodot. Shalom Rav on the next page.
Shalom, Shalom, Rav Israel.
Take a few moments for personal and private prayer, Tfilat Halev. Pray the prayers of our hearts. We'll be on page 62 with Oseh Shalom in just a moment. Our Mishabera for Refuah Shlema, our healing prayer for this Shabbat. You'll find the words inside the cover of your Siddur, studied by Cantor Lisa Levine. If you have the particular name of a loved one or a friend or anyone who's in your heart that is struggling with mental illness or physical illness, that you'd like to mention their name aloud, or if you'd like to put their name into the chat online, we invite you to do so, and then go from this side of the congregation to the far side. Please share their names if you choose to.
Pat Vitale. Ian. Paul Quisick, Mary Ellen
Dana and Sue Bruce.
Shabbat Shalom. So as Rabbi said, I'm Robin Warren. I've been a board member for 2 days. The recount isn't done yet. It's good to be with all of you in person tonight, and thank you for returning to Temple Beth-El for in-person Shabbat services, and for those of you at home, thank you for joining us too. We look forward to seeing you in the weeks and months to come. Thank you, Rabbi Torah, for that wonderful service so far, and Joyce, you sound beautiful as always, even without with you tonight. Registration is still open for June Shabbat services, so lock in your space at www, as Mike says, templebeth-el.com/in-person services. We'll continue to stream services to our live stream, webpage, Facebook Live, and YouTube channels, but not on Zoom. And just a reminder, this Monday, May 31st, is Memorial Day, and the temple offices will be closed in observance of the holiday. Be sure to come out to Temple on this Sunday, June 6th, to pick up your fancy schmancy Havdalah gift bag. Rabbi Torah and our wonderful volunteers will be out between 10 a.m. and noon, and we hope to see you then. I can't wait to see what's in my fancy schmancy bag. Don't forget to check the events page on the website and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to stay connected. Shabbat Shalom.
Of course, the fancy schmancy Havdalah bag is in anticipation of the Havdalah celebration on the next Saturday night, which is the 12th of June, and which we're going to be celebrating Havdalah and having lots of fun to celebrate my retirement. So, there's no other way to say that other than say it that way. And I'll also tell you a secret. The secret is that on Friday night, the 11th, we should be in the sanctuary. 11th. I don't think I'm letting any cats out of the bag. On the 11th, we were planning to be back in the sanctuary as of June 11th, Friday night. So, and that should be a terrific, terrific Shabbat evening. So you might want to reserve your space. I have no idea whether the air conditioning is working or isn't working. I will make no promises about that. You may need to rug up, or you may need to have your outdoor clothing on. I have no idea. That I can attest to. And I'll either be hot or cold. More likely hot.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to turn to page 294 for the mitzvah of memory, as we remember those who have their anniversaries of death, their yard sites remembered on this Shabbat and in the week ahead. Tonight we remember Anna Apter, Rose Benjamin, Alan Burney, Fanny Brownstein, Carl Seaman, Aaron Cohen, Beatrice Elliott, Myra Jean Ginsburg, Joseph Goldish, Meyer Goldstein, Jeannie Goodson, Stephen H. Greenberg, Max Kochman, Mildred Layton, Al Mahler, Harry Mayrock, Henry Moyer, Regina Moyer, Stephen Person, Solomon H. Collinger, Miriam Schneider, Adolf Schatz, Sophie Shapiro, Arthur Artie Siegel, Charles Stern, Irving M. Valenstein, Abe Walden, Janine Warsaw, Daniel Wheel, Irene Weisberg, Martha Gross Willinger, Ruben Yedvab, and Carrie Zeimer. And I would ask if anyone else is remembering a loved one in a period of mourning or a yard site that I did not read, and you'd like to share that name, please rise and do so at this time if you choose.
Lawrence Brill.
Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Let us rise together as one community in solidarity with all who mourn as we say together. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Rabbah, Yalman, Livrach, Yotev, Yamlich, Malchuteh, B'chai Beit Israel, Ba'ala Bizman Kariv Imru Amen. Yehei Shnei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam Omei Amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal Shnei V'yudashah v'yithu. Le'elam yivol v'yachata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata Tamiram Yelomah v'yimru Amen. Yehei Shlam HaRab Amin Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu V'yolcho Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Oseh Shalom v'Ramav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'yolcho Yisrael v'yolcho Yoshvei Teviah v'yimru Amen. Page 62, you'll find the words to Yihiyu L'Ratzon, which will be our closing song. Remain standing.
Good job. Hello, Rabbi. Oh, Rabbi, this is my friend Cindy, who I